What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have another install for the Civic. And as you can see here, we have a pretty little box here from our proud sponsor, Boomba Racing. So you might be wondering, what are we installing today that I don't have from Boomba? But it's a new product for the SI that I want to test out with the cooler intake setup. So let's get to the unboxing. Alright guys, so what is in the box? Something I've been waiting for. We're installing the circulating bypass valve from Boomba, and hopefully we get that flutter from the turbo. Their video shows the type R. You can kind of hear the flutter, but I asked if the SI would do it, but they said maybe not because the intakes are made differently. But I told them I have a colder intake and they said they weren't sure. So today we're going to test out. Hopefully we get that flutter from the turbo. So let's go ahead and get with the install. Right, so as you guys can see, the recirculating bypass valve, of course I got it in some awesome red to go along with my intercooler piping down there. You also don't want to forget your little vacuum line that they provide. So the tools you're gonna need are needle pliers, but I couldn't find mine, so you gotta do what you gotta do. And you're gonna need a 8mm socket to take it off. Let's go ahead on the install.
Wow.
Alright, so first thing is you want to remove the wastegate connector right here. Just clip right here, and then the wire harness connector right here, right here. Moves pretty easy, right? Step one complete. This is gonna be a pretty easy install. We're gonna have to remove this vacuum right here with our pliers, and then we're gonna remove the 3 8mm of the stock valve. All right, so just go ahead, press it down. All right, you done? Just pry it down. Should come off really easy. And next, what we're gonna have to do, take off these 3. They're all 8mm. What I like to do is just crack them, and then just do it by hand. So with your 8mm, just crack them until they're pretty loose, and then you can just take them by hand. So let's take off this first one off. Make sure you don't drop it. So there you go, one screw. So more to go. All right, so now we have the third one and the final one, just like that, and then we're chilling. So here's the stock one. You know, little, not the best quality in the world, but it works for Honda. Let's go ahead and replace it with this nice red Boomba one. Installation is pretty straightforward, pretty much reverse what we just did. Put it in 3 screws. Of course, use your supplied vacuum line. So let's get to it. One last thing is you're gonna have to reuse these, so don't throw them away. So just go ahead and take them off the old one. So here's the old one. Let's go ahead and get with the new one. All right, so just put in the vacuum line real quick. Voila, there it is. It's actually pretty tight. So, all right, so that was a pretty tight fit, but got it on there. So let's go ahead and mount it back to the car. All right, so now that we have it in place, we're gonna go ahead and install it. Of course, I'm gonna have the Boomba logo that way. So let's go ahead, put it into place. Put your first screw in on top. Reinstalling the last 2 in the bottom. So now I got the wife with small hands to help me out. So she's reinstalling the screws. And then we'll just reinstall everything, and then we'll take it off for a test drive and see how it sounds. I'll give you guys an update once we're done. So we're all done installing it. Took quite a bit. The last 2 down there, kind of the pain in the butt to reinstall. So it's all good to go. So right now I'm gonna take the SI for a test drive. But overall it was a nice install. Took a couple minutes. Nice install, Boomba right there. All right, so let's go and take the SI for a drive. Let's get to it. All right guys, so we're waiting for the traffic to go by, but right now we're taking it on a test drive. Kind of can't hear it from the inside, but there's a little fluttering action going on. Once you're building at a high boost, you can kind of hear the flutter. The install was pretty straightforward. Let me do a little pull. Let's see if we can hear it from the inside the cabin. Yeah, you could kind of hear it from inside, but I think it'll be better from the outside. But since nighttime, I don't really want to record outside, mostly in the dark.
This is a load of barnacles.
We ended up shooting at night. So we ended up shooting at night, huh?
Yep. The babe was down to record for me, so there you have it. Did you hear any flutter?
Yeah.
Did you hear it?
Yeah.
So it sounded good?
Yeah.
So it's better from the outside?
Yep.
Alright, so we didn't hear flutter. You have anything to say, babe?
That was legitness.
Alright guys, so that's gonna do it for today's video. Thanks again for Boomba for helping me out with this recirculating bypass valve for the 10th gen Honda Civic Si. If you guys are interested in getting this part, I will leave a link in the description so you can make sure you guys can pick one up. It actually allows you to run higher boost than factory. I think they said that they tested it at over 100 PSI. So if you're ever getting a turbo, good on you. So you can hear it does flutter. One thing I noticed is when you're barely building up boost, it won't do it. You hear the little, like the vent atmosphere. But after you build a certain amount of boost, it will flutter. Not as much as I thought it would, but it still flutters. Overall, it was a good install, pretty easy. It took us around, what, 20 minutes? But it was just, if you have big hands, you're gonna have to have help from someone with smaller hands. But it was a good install. That's gonna do it for today, guys. So thank you guys for watching. We'll catch you guys in the next video.
Peace.